Okay, as you can see, we've got Zoom in front of us now, and at the very top, you've got all of your toolbars. At the minute, we're on our home tab, and then also in the middle of the screen, you've got what's coming up next on your calendar, and also you've got access to like new meetings, joining a meeting, scheduling a meeting, and sharing the screen. So I'm just going to talk you through some of those elements that we can see in front of us. So at the very top, we're on the home screen already, like I said, which gives you access to all of these things. You then go into meetings, and this is pulled usually from the calendar that's associated to your Zoom or you've connected to your Zoom. There's team chat as well, so you can actually access all of your chats whilst you're on a team call. You've got your whiteboards as well. And then on the whiteboard, this allows you to interact with people whilst you're on a call. And you can see that I've used a couple of different whiteboards on sessions over the last month. Got a notes area as well, so you can actually access your notes and create notes whilst you're talking, and actually share those notes with people, and people can also share those notes with you. You've got Zoom Mail as well, so Zoom's kind of helps you manage your email and collaborate all in one place. So it's a bit like a collaborative tool. I haven't accepted that yet, and we'll work through that together in just a second. You've got also access to apps as well through Zoom. So what Zoom allows you to do is connect to different outside applications to allow you to bring music in, have virtual backgrounds, you can have group photos, timers, that kind of stuff as well. You can also integrate clips. You can either create your own clip, or you can upgrade to kind of look at creating unlimited clips or having longer clips as well. So you've got those parts there. And then also you've got your contacts and your calendar as well. So again, I haven't connected the calendar as of yet for you to see. Right, so over in this corner here, you've got your help option here, which is the little question mark. You've got any notifications or your activity center. You've then got your right panel. So this is linking to one of my calendars at the moment. So that right panel's there. You can toggle that on and off. And then obviously you've got your account there as well. So I'm in a calendar event at the moment. You can set your status. You can put your work location on or off. You can forward any calls. And then you've got lots of different things like your account and settings and things like that as well. So over on this page, you've got quite a lot of stuff that you can actually utilize. So just to get started, so when you're generating a new meeting, if you wanted to have a meeting which was now and you wanted it to start straight away, you could click on the big orange button and that will create a new meeting for you. You can either start with your video on or off. If it's ticked, it means that you'll start with your video on. And if you want to use your own personal meeting ID, you can actually tick that too. And that allows people to join with just that meeting ID as well. So that usually is associated with a password. So that's probably the most secure way of you doing that. You've then got an area where you can join. So I'm just going to click on the join button. And as you can see, it will ask you to enter the meeting ID. And if that meeting ID is then entered, and then you also have a password, it'll also ask you to enter the password a little bit later. It will ask you as well if you want to start with your audio connected or if you want to turn off your video. I know that some people like to kind of join, get themselves sorted, and then turn on their video and turn on their audio kind of when they've entered into the room and other people are in the room as well. So that's a really nice kind of way of being able to do that. And that's a good piece of etiquette as well. You've then got the option to schedule. So scheduling is pretty much what I do most of the time. So I'm usually scheduling calls, or people are booking through another system and then kind of scheduling their own calls. So I'm going to pop onto the schedule option there just so you can see what that looks like. And this gives you the ability to kind of put a topic name in for your particular meeting. You can select the date and time. You can put your time zone in if that's necessary. You could have it as a recurring meeting if you want to. You can send it out to particular people or particular attendees as well. So you can actually put their email addresses in there and that will actually email them out. If you've got your email account associated with Zoom, which I don't think we have at the moment, then actually that will then obviously bring up, it will kind of guess the names as you're typing them. So you'll be able to type the names there. I've got mine automatically set to my personal meeting ID because I know that's secure. And I've also got the passcode in there as well. So what will happen is that when people join, they'll go into the waiting room. And actually, I've said that only authenticated users can join. So they'll have to be signed into Zoom before they can actually join the meeting as well. So that's important. Now, as a host, I've always got my video on. And I always ask for the participants to have their videos on as well. I'm using my computer audio, so that means that my volume and my sound is coming through. And at the minute, as you can see, I've got my Outlook calendar, which is linked to my Zoom account as well. Now, there are some advanced options down here. This is quite handy if people are in an internet area and it keeps fluctuating. So what can happen is that you could be in the middle of talking to somebody and actually their internet trips out. They need the ability to kind of in and out without interrupting the rest of the group. So by ticking that option, it allows participants to join in and out at any time. You can mute people as they come in on entry as well. So instead of having people coming in and kind of being on the phone or blurting out particular things, you can mute them. So when they join, they have to unmute themselves or ask permission. You can put down to automatically record the meeting onto your computer as well. So that can be quite handy. I know that sometimes when I've been delivering courses and I've been asked to record it, I've forgotten to record it. So actually by setting up before the session is actually quite handy, because it means that as soon as you start the session, it's automatically recording. You have an option that comes up to say that's been recorded. And actually, as soon as you click on that option to make it live, all of the participants will get a message to say that the session's being recorded as well. And you can also then put down approve or block entry for users from specific countries and regions as well. So you can actually block specific countries or regions from actually joining your Zoom as well. So you've got some good security parameters there and some kind of nice things to kind of get you started within your Zoom elements when you're scheduling it. So when you're scheduling, it's really quite easy. I mean, I'm just going to delete what I've got up the top there. I'm going to call it Dan's meeting. I'm going to set it for a little bit. I'm going to set it for maybe Monday the 4th. I'm going to have it between 12:30 and 1:30. And I'm based in London, so it's going to be in London. I don't want it as a recurring meeting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to email my inquiries email. So that means that they'll get the invite. So just type that in now. Can't talk and type. And then I'm going to use my personal ID with the passcode 328488. So I'm going to click on save. I want them to go into the waiting room. So I'm just going to click on save to there. And then what will happen is that will now schedule that meeting for me. So if I pop up to my calendar, what I should be able to do now is I should be able to link my Zoom calendar as well. So I'm going to click on accept to that. And I'm going to sign in with Microsoft. Now, if I sign in with Microsoft, it should automatically take me to the credentials. Now, what might happen there for you is if you've never logged in before and never signed up before, then actually what will happen is that it will ask you to enter in your credentials. So you'll have to enter in your username and password. You might need to go through the Authenticator app as well. So you've got that there. So you can see that the meeting that I've just scheduled is over here. It's Dan's meeting. It's gone into my calendar. I'm the host. I've got the Zoom link there, and I've got the meeting ID and the passcode. So you've got all of those particular things there as well. So some really good a way of being able to kind of really quickly set up your calendar, put your calendar invites in there, and check that whilst you're in the Zoom app as well. So I'm just going to pop back to my home. So that's how you would set up. Right, okay, so I'm just going to show you another way that you can access your calendar as well. So if you remember, on the top right-hand corner, we had the calendar toggle up here. So I'm just going to toggle that now. And it's always set to today, which is the 1st of March. Now, if I look over and go down to the 4th of March, you can see that I've got my calendar and it shows me what's available there. So if I were to not want this meeting anymore, I can click on the meeting and it shows me that I've got all that availability there. But up here, I do have the delete option as well. So if I wanted to delete that particular call and that particular calendar entry, I can actually delete it from that area as well. So I'm gonna delete it, and that should update the next time. So it's now saying delete this meeting. You've got 7 days for that to recover from your recently deleted page on the Zoom web portal. I'm not going to. I'm going to delete that now. Hit the red button, and that's now deleted that meeting for me. So it's a really nice, easy way of being able to delete things or add things and delete things from your calendar once your calendar is linked.